Hello, everyone. I'm going to give people a couple more minutes before I get started with announcements and things. Hi, Arabinrin. How are you? It doesn't say that there we go. Okay. I think the viewer calculation is on delay. Are you ready for the elderberry syrup class? Are you still at work? Are you going to be able to do it? Okay, yeah, well, there's that. Yes, it's been a very long winter and it hasn't even started yet. It's been crazy. That's why we're making that elderberry syrup today. Everybody is sick. Like there's some weird flu going around that has people just like down. I just talked to my friend today and she said the version of the flu that she had, she would have rather had COVID again, which is crazy. Because when she had COVID, it sucked for her. So, yeah, this elderberry syrup class here in 50 minutes is going to be lit and quick. We're going to make this quick today. We're going to make this a good little quick class. If you're watching this, there is, I'm teaching a enchanted elderberry syrup class. So some of you already know that I sell this elderberry syrup. Some of you have bought it from me. So today I'm teaching people how to make it. The class is $23.23 if you buy it before the replay gets posted. If you buy it after the replay gets posted, it is $33.33. So even if you can't take the class today and like be a participant, still purchase the class because you get it at the cheaper price. And then when you're able to watch the replay, you can watch the replay. It'll have the supply kit in it, so you know all the things to buy. I have like all my stuff in front of me. I would turn it around, but it looks a mess because everything is in like their bags. This is the moringa leaf. Here are the cloves, the elderberries. I have everything over here. I got real cinnamon sticks. My big old thing of Florida water. So I'm excited about today's class. Super excited. I get to teach with Priestess Omo Shule for the first time. So I'm excited about that because she's amazing and I love her. I guess I should do some type of intro, right? Hi, everyone. My name is Omo Oware Ogbonyomi, and I am a goddaughter of Priestess Iyanifa Oshunfunke. I am a staff member at BSN and the Voodoo Institute, and I am the creator of Enchanted Vibes and the co-founder of Vibe and High. And Vibe and High is almost open, and I'm so excited about that. We're going to have a storefront here very soon, or at least a physical location here very soon, so that people locally at least can come and touch and feel and smell all the things. Hi, Lana. Thank you. No. You just have to tie it. So on my page, there is, hi, Omiyemi. On my page, there is actually a head wrap tutorial that shows you exactly how I did this. And it's super easy. It's not complicated at all. And I have a lot of hair, but my hair is actually in a bun up here. And I have a scarf tied around it just for stability. And then I tie this outer scarf on. So there's actually two scarves in here. And if some of you have seen my actual hair, it's a lot. I'm trying really hard not to cut it. Really, really hard. But thank you, Lana. So one of the things I wanted to talk about too, if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. If you have any questions about African spirituality in general, put those in the chat and I will answer them as they pop up. But I did want to let you guys know that we are going to go back to posting a bunch of videos for free on YouTube. Bunch of free content is coming back. So the things that you pay for, those things will still be paid classes. That will not change. But there was a bunch of classes that I had planned and had written out, and I just never recorded. And so we're going to go back to that. So there'll be pre-recorded YouTube classes, but then at least once a month, I'm going to go live on YouTube. I'm going to try to do twice and then have the other weeks be pre-recorded classes. We'll see how things go and how crazy the schedule gets, because as some of you know, in the Coven, stuff really starts to like gear up in like the beginning of the year, heading towards spring and the beginning of summer, and all through the summer, it gets really, really busy. So I am going to try really, really hard to do a video every week, whether it be a live or a pre-recorded video. I'm not sure. The Enchanted Chakra series is almost done, so that's great. You can purchase that at the link that is in this description. The Winter Solstice Ritual, I'm actually recording that this week, so it'll be ready before the Winter Solstice, and it's just something you could do in the privacy of your own home. You don't need a lot of things. There is an oil to make, and so I'm going to try to release it early just so that people who want to make the oil can, because you do need a couple things. But if you have a store that's local to you, you can find those oils like that day, or you can order on Amazon and get them in 2 days or less. So it's not really a big deal. But there is an oil that you can make for the ritual if you choose to. You don't have to, but it will definitely help your experience if you do. That class is also $23.23 until the winter solstice. And then after that, it'll go up. So you can also get that in the link that is in the comments. And like I said, I'm recording that this week. So I am excited about that. I asked, some of you know I wear all white all the time, right? Because my ancestor said so. And Obatala has his foot upon my neck at all times. And today I was hoping that I would get to wear a purple scarf for this elderberry class in 40 minutes. And they said, nah, go on ahead and wear white, little baby. So I'm wearing white. I tried, y'all. I really tried. But yeah, if you have any questions about African spirituality, put those in the comments. And then if you have any class suggestions for 2023, things that you want to know more about, things that you need more information about, things that you've heard about and you want to know if it's true or not, those type of things, go ahead and put those in there. So here's a question. So I'm going to put on the thing. What's a good way to keep our teens interested in what we do spiritually? So here's the thing about African spirituality. I don't want to say we don't really care if people are a part of it or not, but we really don't care. It's not like Christianity where you're trying to convert people to your way of life and your thinking and get people to do what you're doing. It's not like that. Either the path is for you or it's not. It's not something that you should ever pressure somebody into or make them do. Now, if they're going to do it, and especially when it's like your children and you're trying to get them to understand protocols and the system, that's a little bit different. But as far as like general practice, like I don't make my kids participate. My son doesn't really participate at all. But if I say I'm doing a ritual, he knows to leave me alone. My daughter is more into it. So like they will help with rituals sometimes. They've never like wiped stuff down with Florida water and did that much, but they'll watch. And they like to help with the offerings. So, and they will both do that. So when it's time to go take the offerings, if I have to go take them to the park, I have a lot of parks around me, but there's a couple that have like running water close by where you can really walk up to the water. And so they'll do that with me on days where it's not cold. They will go to the park with me because they like walking. Well, my son likes walking around. The small person, not so much. The small person would rather play on the swings and stuff. And the 14, almost 15-year-old will not do that. But when it comes to disposing of them, they will walk through the park with me. sometimes the small person likes to be the one to do it. So like when I have eggs and I have to put them in the river, that they will do that with me for sure. They will like literally like throw, because there's a bunch of rocks, so we kind of got to throw it a little bit out so it doesn't hit the rocks and crack. Or if we got to put it under a tree. Oh, if we have to dig a hole, they love to dig a hole. Oh, they're so excited to dig a hole and get dirty. They love that part. And then put like the offerings in the hole. Love it. They love to bury things, because what child doesn't want to bury things, right? But other than that, like I don't make them do anything. My small person knows how to enchant. They enchanted their hamster once. Their hamster was like near death, looking crazy, just looking mangy. And they used to hold it like this all the time and talk to it like real gentle, like real gingerly. And I thought he was finna die. And one day they took a picture and they sent it to me. And I said, "Oh, is that an old picture?" His name was Big Frank. "Is that an old picture, Big Frank?" And they were like, "No, I just took this." And I was like, "Oh, Big Frank's looking good." Because little baby done enchanted the dang old hamster and healed him. And that thing lived a whole nother like year after that. Because y'all know hamsters don't really do too well. Their hamster lived for 2 years plus. Over 2 years. It was freaking wild. Freaking wild. But whatever. Whatever works. My son's hamster died in like 4 months. But Big Frank, he lived for a while because little baby done enchanted him back to life. I made a spirit doll for them last year when they got really sick, and I had to cut their hair. And so the spirit doll has their hair in it, and sometimes they will play with their spirit doll, or they want to at least hold their spirit doll. They will help me clean the altar. When I go to pray, they will lay next to me and get in a little ball as tight as possible and sit there and do little prayers. But I can't really think. Oh, sometimes they like to go to the cemetery with me. My great grandmother is in a cemetery not too far from me. And so they like to go to the cemetery with me sometimes. Sometimes they're not with it. But yeah. But I don't like make them do anything. If they want to do it, that's fine. But I'm not going to like force it down their throats or anything like that. But they know my regimen. So when I say it's time for me to pray, they know that I'm going to go do that. When I say I have to do this for a ritual or I have to do this offering or anything like that, they are aware of what that means and they respect it and they act accordingly. Let's see. How do you maintain consistency with spiritual rituals? So in the coven, we have a regimen that we have to do. There is one thing we have to do daily now, but certain days have a certain task. So we have to do that. And then I am big on planning because I'm really, really busy between the classes that I teach that aren't free, the ones that are like creating content for the stuff that is going to be free, my whole job, my children, a man, all that stuff. It gets tight. And so I really have to watch my schedule. So I actually created my own planner that I'm going to talk to Ia and see if we can get it distributed more widely. Because I created it a while ago and I've been using it and it's really helped. And I did a 24-hour planner because you know how some planners, they only go from like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and that doesn't fit everybody's schedule. Hi, Courtney Marie. That doesn't fit everybody's schedule. And so I created a planner that actually has 24 hours of time on it, which is helpful because I have a prayer time at 4 a.m. My prayer times are 4 a.m., 1 p.m., and 10 p.m. And so having that on the schedule, and then my boyfriend, sometimes he has to work at 2:45 in the morning. Sometimes it's 4:15. And so allotting for that. And then plus I have small children, not small children, they're 14 and 9, but I have kids. and they have their own schedules with school and all types of stuff. And thank you for subscribing, Courtney. They have a lot of things going on. And so I created a schedule. It has the moon phases on it too, and like other events that you can add, so that I can kind of keep track of, if I wanted to, what the moon phase is that day. So is it a waning moon, a waxing moon, first quarter, third quarter, that type of stuff. Just so I can keep things straight, because when you're doing rituals, and using the power of the moon is like incredibly important, especially as a female, especially if you're on your cycle. Some people, I don't want to even say people, some religious beliefs say that when women are on their cycle, it's like taboo to do anything. Don't touch them, don't talk to them, you shouldn't do magic and all this other stuff. And that's not really the case. You should also always be mindful about what you do. But when you are on your cycle, things are kind of heightened and accentuated. And so you want to make sure that you are conscious of that. And if your cycle coincides with a full moon or a new moon, you definitely want to do some type of working, a divine feminine working, something that will balance. So I am a very aggressive personality, I'll say. And some people would describe that as being overly masculine, right? I'm an independent woman. I pay my own bills, blah, 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 blah. And so they're like overly masculine. So during the full moon, during one of the moon cycles, especially if you are on your cycle, doing divine feminine work is amazing. And actually on my channel, I have a divine feminine water recipe that is free on this channel for you to watch, and for you to do and test it and see how it works for you. But yeah, a planner. And the planner is not for sale yet, Courtney. I'm going to talk to my godmother to see how we want to do it. It also is going to have the Ifa days on it. So if you know, it's going to have a full list of all the new moons, all the full moons. That's already done for 2023 and 2024. And it's going to also have all the Ifa days. And it will also be completely manipulatable. So you can actually, I don't have one of my pages, but you can start the planner on any day and keep going for it. So you know how planners usually start January, and then if you don't get this planner until March, you kind of wasted 3 months of this planner, right? So this planner is not like that. It's completely blank. You start it on the day that you want to start it, and then you go from there. If you skip a day or you skip a week because you're sick, because you got the flu and you're down bad or anything like that, it's not a big deal, because it's completely blank and completely customizable. You don't have to worry about wasting your money because you bought this planner with the intent to use it, and then you misplaced it, or life happened and now it's June and you've never used the planner and it's half over. You don't have to worry about that with this planner. So I did that on purpose, because I'm that person that will buy a planner, forget about it, or use it for a good 2 months strong, and then something will happen and not use it. And now I've wasted a couple of months of the planner because I didn't fill it out. So I purposely did it this way so that it kind of avoids that problem. So there's other people that have joined the chat now. So if you have any questions about African spirituality, put those in the chat. I have a class in 30 minutes for enchanted elderberry syrup. As I said earlier, I actually do sell this syrup, but I'm actually teaching people how to make it. So this is a great class, especially for right now. Elderberry syrup is great for fighting some of the common ailments of this world. There's anti-inflammatory properties. There's antibacterial, antimicrobial, anti-cancer ingredients. There is benefits for lowering high blood pressure and cholesterol. If you have diabetes in any form, there's the ingredients can help regulate blood sugar. I'm trying to think of all the other things. Some of the ingredients actually have the ability to help with neurological diseases like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. So there's some of the benefits in there. I'm not saying that elderberry syrup itself will do that, but the ingredients are known for doing those things. So this class is going to be like jam-packed of a lot of information. We're going to give the medical and the magical intentions and purposes of the ingredients. Not all of them, but we'll give you all the intentions as you're enchanting the herbs, because this is enchanted vibes and we enchant over here. But we'll give you all those so that you can enchant your herbs as you're making the syrup, but then also know what these ingredients do. So elderberry is one of them. Orange peels, cloves. Let's see, for those of you that didn't see, this is a fun one right here. Here's my rose hips. So, oh, and echinacea, of course, because it's not elderberry syrup if it doesn't have echinacea in it. Real life cinnamon that we're putting in there. And this smells, I don't know about you guys, but I could real life smell cinnamon all the time. I need to replace the cinnamon broom over my front door because I can't smell it anymore. And I don't know if it's because I can't smell it because I'm used to it, or if the smell has gone out, but I'm replacing it because I can't smell it anymore. But like, I love the smell of cinnamon. It makes me very happy. Very, very happy. Does anybody else have any questions? There's new people on here. I wish this could tell you who was actually watching so you could tell if they were new or not, but I'll say it again. There will be some new classes coming up in 2023. Some will be live classes and some will just be free classes posted on YouTube, but we are going back to posting a bunch of content on YouTube. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you like the videos, comment, all that good stuff. Hit the little alert thing so that when I do go live, even if you forgot, you get the alert that I went live. Also, so my godmother's page is, I believe it's Priestess Oshun Funke, and that's OSUNFUNKE. Like and follow her as well, because sometimes our content will be on her page. And then Black Spectrum Network. If you are not already following Black Spectrum Network, you need to be doing that, because the priestesses over there are posting so much stuff. Like right now, like every day there's like a new live class. So make sure that you are following that page as well. Some of my content will be on that page, but most of it will be over here. So, but make sure you follow both, because the priestesses over there are freaking amazing. They're doing mostly a lot of like celebrity readings. And these are so, I don't know if anybody has seen some of those. I know that, Lana, I know you've seen some. Omoyemi, I know you've seen some. Hello, Priestess Omoshule. I know you've seen the Black Spectrum Network videos. They are just amazing. They did one on who had the best witch pussy, and it was fantastic. It was between Kim Kardashian, Lisa Bonet, and Jada Pinkett Smith. And I'm sorry, no, I'm taking that back. It was Jada Pinkett, Kim Kardashian, and Erykah Badu. And child, the results are shocking, because turns out one person don't have witch pussy at all. And you think that was the one that did. No, not at all. Not even close. Not even close. And one that you would think doesn't have no witch pussy actually does. It was fantastic. So definitely go on ahead and make sure you subscribe to Black Spectrum Network, because it is entertainment over there. Oh, and that messy mess with Lisa Bonet and Jason Momoa and Lenny Kravitz, and Jason Momoa sleeping in like a camper or something in the backyard, and Lenny Kravitz coming through the front door. Child, messy, just messy. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. If you have any more questions, put them in the chat. We got about 20 more minutes before I end the live so that I can teach my class. As I said before, teaching an Enchanted Elderberry class today in about 20 minutes. If you purchase the class before the replay is available, it's only $23.23. Even if you can't participate and make it right now, go ahead, purchase the class. You'll have the replay for the same price, and you can do it when you get your ingredients together. Yes, girl, the Jason and Lisa one was hilarious. And then I got that man on that Facebook quiz, and I laughed because he cute or whatever, but I'm good. I got a man. I'll keep him. He's worth $1 million, Jason Momoa. I'll keep him. But yes, Enchanted Elderberry Syrup class today. Winter solstice ritual will be available in the next couple of days, so that there is a recommendation for an oil in there. If you already purchased the Enchanted Root Chakra series, it's the same oil. So you will be using an oil. This is a chakra, still part of the chakra series that I'm doing, which I'm almost done with. Thank God. It's been interesting. It's been a lot. And I was healing, so I didn't record the yoga classes yet, but the yoga classes will be recorded and added soon as well. So click the link in the description if you want to get the info on that. Also, if you want to join the Coven on Facebook, the link is there. If you want to join our Discord and join our community outreach program, that link is there. Some specific classes are there. Saturday Morning Groove link is on there. So Saturday Morning Groove is a class I do every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. So it's like 5 a.m. Pacific. And Lana, I love you because Lana has done that. Lana has gotten up at 5 a.m. and was busting it down with us early one morning. And the babies wouldn't let her be great. And they kept waking up, but it's fine. It's perfectly fine. So yeah, that's a fun class. This just past Saturday, we did the Tamia line dance. And so that was fun. So if you are, yes, if you are interested, I think we're going to teach that one more time. It was a small class this just past Saturday. So we're going to do that one more time, get a couple people up to speed. And then there is I don't know if you've seen the classes where there's like that step thing, and then you're like stepping on each side of it, like going like this and doing crazy stuff. So there is one that I want to teach that was amazing. And it's hard. It's intricate. We're going to sweat. We're going to sweat learning it because I'm learning it and I'm like, Jesus. So once I get that like good down to where I feel comfortable teaching it, I'll teach that to you guys. Because that's going to be one that's going to get all this winter weight that we finna gain. It's going to get all that winter weight up off of us real quick. So that's a really fun class. And it's completely free. And it's not recorded. Sometimes I record my camera just so that I can make little clips of it so we can make commercials and advertise for it. But it won't be recording you guys like ever. And I'll let you guys know when it's recording, and then I'll pin my video so it doesn't even go to you guys. Some of you were in that recorded. There was one recorded class that we had. Some of you were in that recorded class. So you already know how it works. And I was good. I wasn't twerking a whole lot. I can't say I didn't twerk at all, though. That would be a lie. Y'all know better than that. Anyway, we had a couple of all twerk classes. Those were fun. We did twerk class 2 weeks in a row. That was fun. I'm getting really better. We did like booty isolations and stuff like that. That we got good. We got good. Okay. We're going to get even better. Even better. New positions and all of that. So Lana asked, how often do you cook for your ancestors? So I don't make them like a hot meal very often at all. There's always an offering of yes, our legs were on fire. legs on fire. I can't remember what it was I said was on fire for me. I think it was my back. We're getting older. Anyway, I don't like cook a hot meal super often. I do like fresh fruit all the time, like whole fresh fruit. There's always some type of fruit on the altar. One day, my boyfriend, he did something. He had a little extra herb, and he was like, "Can I put this on the altar as an offering?" And so I divined, and they said yes, and so that's been up there ever since. That was his contribution. So they like him, so they let him put something on the altar. And since our destinies are tied together, any offering that he gives is helpful for him anyway. And his ancestors sometimes come through when he's not in the house, and it is wild. They're loud when they want to be. But when I do cook for them, it's usually as part of like a ritual. So we did the Dia del Muerte ritual, or Dios los Muertos, depending upon where you're from and how you say it. Day of the Dead in Mexico and South America. We did that ritual, and we had to cook beans and rice. Or no, we could cook anything. We could cook anything. I think I cooked beans and rice. So I do cook like hot meals for that. If it's like a birthday or a certain celebration, so like for Thanksgiving, I gave a little bit of each, like the first serving of everything went to my ancestors. I put it on one of those, those Dollar Tree plates that have the partitions. I put that on that and I wrapped it up, and then we all ate. And then after everybody, dispersed, I took it to the graveyard, and I took it off the plate and I put it in front of my grandmother's grave, like kind of like lined it up, and I poured some gin. I think I took a pineapple as well. Yeah, because I usually try to give something specifically for my grandmother and my great grandmother, and I also leave something for the other spirits around. Not because I want them to do anything for me, but I don't want them to have any animosity. So like they see me coming all the time and venerating my grandmother and talking to my great grandmother. And I dug a hole and I put the ashes of my grandmother and my uncle, who we all share birthdays. I put them in a hole so they'd be kind of like all together. So really there's like 3 people there now, technically. But like I leave that offering and I pour gin for that. And then I pour gin and leave a separate, I think it's usually a pineapple that I leave nearby, but not on her grave. And with them, I leave it like there's a couple trees nearby and a bush, and I'll kind of leave it over there so that the people don't like see it and automatically pick it up and throw it away. It could be there for a little while before somebody notices it. But yeah, if I take her something, I will leave something for everyone else. And for Christmas, I'm going to figure out something because I am supposed to go back on Christmas Day. I have to divine and see if I need to go back before that. But as of right now, it's just Christmas Day. And my grandmother, not my great grandmother, that's actually buried in the ground, but my grandmother whose ashes I put there as well, she actually died on Christmas in 2008. So I have to do something. And that was like her favorite holiday. She was on life support, and we actually took her off life support on Christmas because that was her favorite day, so she could be with Jesus on his birthday, because that's what she would have wanted to do. So that's really the only thing that's the only reason why I even think about Christmas, is because she liked that day. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Y'all know that. But then I'm also making something that she used to make. I'm making that this year. So I'm going to make sure I take it there as well and leave it. But for the most part, they get fruit just fruit. But when I do give them something, it's something that we're eating as a family so that they're eating with us. Um, so and like, oh, if it's a birthday, like for my small person's birthday, they like cupcakes, but I like soda cupcakes. So I started making these instead of regular cupcakes with all those ingredients. You just buy white cake mix and then you pour soda in it instead, and it gives it the flavor and it gives it color. And you don't need anything else. You don't need eggs or milk or oil or any of that. It's just the soda. And then I put a little bit of food coloring in it to like make the colors pop. Um, and I let them pick the flavors. It's usually orange, strawberry, and grape are usually the flavors. And then, like I said, I just put food coloring in it. And then I take white icing and I put food coloring that as well to match the cupcakes. And then I cover them up. And sometimes they want like little sprinkles and things on them, and sometimes they don't. Last year, they wanted a freaking marshmallow on top, just a whole big, those big chunky marshmallows. They just wanted a marshmallow right on top. So that's what I did. It's not my birthday; it's their birthday. I do whatever my kids say on their birthday. I have to make their thing. I'm not allowed to do store-bought cake or cupcakes for their birthday. They will look at me like I'm crazy. They've never had a store-bought cake or cupcakes on their birthday ever, ever, ever. I have to make it. It's mandatory. The only thing close to it is one year my son had a Sonic cake, and I wasn't finna do all that. But the cake was in the shape of Sonic's head, and I paid a person to do that. But it was still like homemade. It wasn't from like it wasn't from like Walmart or something like that. So, but yeah, I just don't make a habit of making hot food for them unless it's a special occasion. That's it. So every couple months, but not super often. That was a really long explanation of that, but I don't want nobody to be like, she don't cook for her ancestors. Well, because I'm feeding my egungun, and they really like fruit. That's what they want. Um, the hot stuff is more for my dearly departed, and so I will do it occasionally, but not all the time. And like I said, if it's somebody's birthday, they'll get like a piece of cake or a cupcake. Or if it's something special that I make, if it's something I made from scratch, because my grandmother was big on making things from scratch, like even the noodles. Like I haven't made noodles from scratch since before she died. But like the last thing she made me actually was after I had my son, and he was born about 9 months before she died. When I had my son, the only thing I wanted two things. I wanted my godmother. This is my actual godmother, not Priestess Ushun Funke. I wanted my godmother to make me cabbage rolls, and I wanted my grandmother to make me homemade chicken and dumplings. And so, and like her dumplings, not that box stuff. And she made it, and it was fantastic. So yeah, cook for your ancestors, but don't kill yourself trying to cook for them all the time. Give them the first serving of a meal that you cooked special, but you don't have to like make them hot meals all the time. Putting apples and oranges and pineapples, whole things, whole fruit on your altar, I think is far more valuable than all the other stuff. Same, I paid for My Little Pony for my son, Star Wars for my son 1 year. They were only 3 days apart. Oh yeah, my kids are only 3 weeks apart. They're 5 years and 3 weeks apart. So it's fun. And actually my boyfriend's youngest was born the same day as my oldest. So he was born on his 13th birthday during a full moon, like almost right after the full moon, like right after the full moon. I want to say it was the same hour. He was born at 4 something, maybe 5 something. And the full moon was at 4 something that day. So yeah, that's my little friend. Loves him. If you have any more questions, we got about 7 more minutes. Anybody has any more African spirituality questions about ancestors, about altars, veneration? the occasional Orisha question, Aleke questions. We are going to have an Aleke ceremony in the spring. We don't have dates yet. There is another plant ceremony coming. If you were part of the first plant ceremony that was in September, that was freaking fantastic. I had never done one of those before. This is actually the Aleke I got from that. I had never participated in one of those before, and I had to get permission from my ancestors to do it because I'm not supposed to have any type of I can't drink alcohol, and I can't like smoke or do any drugs or anything like that. So they want me all pure and whatever. So the first plant ceremony was really fantastic. That was amazing. And there will be another one in January, I believe, the end of January. And then Aleke will be probably like March or April. Iya hasn't really said when yet, and she has to talk to Baba about Hand of Ifa, because usually we do Aleke the first 2 days, and then Hand of Ifa is the last day. And anybody who wants to do both at the same time, they can do that. So if my Arabine read, Omojole, if you want to knock those both out in the same weekend like Priestess Anansi did, you can go ahead and do that. I wish I could have did it with mine. I got my taxes like 2 weeks before, but it wasn't enough before to get everything together for me to get my items charged and all that other stuff. So I didn't do it. So I'll be getting my Hand of Ifa this time. But Aleke is basically like a baptism. But it's so much more in depth. It's, if you were ever baptized in the Christian church, you kind of have, they go over, it depends on your church. Sometimes they go over a little bit of stuff with you about what it means to be baptized. And then you go and you walk up and they dunk you in the water and pray over you or whatever. And now you baptized and you saved or whatever. So it's like that, but not, because I didn't feel any different when I got baptized in a Christian church. I got baptized in 1996. I was 11. And I didn't feel anything different, like at all. Baby, when I got my Aleke, oh, it was different, right? It was different the day we got there. Like before the full-on Aleke ceremony, like there was things that we did. And just the whole energy was different. And then, you know, we had our experience and we got our ceremony, and that's how I got the name Ogbonyomi. Ogbonyomi is my actual Aleke name, and it means wisdom has saved me. Omowaware is my Omo name for being a goddaughter of Priestess Oshun Funke, and it means child who takes care of herself. So Ogbonyomi is my Aleke name. And I got like a divination that explained kind of like what I need to be doing and where I need to be. I was told what Orisha walked with me at the time. There was 3 at the time. Obatala was one of them, hence the all white. And it was just like, it was an amazing weekend. And then I had the privilege of helping for the next Aleke, which was this just past August. And we had 9 people get their Aleke. So in mine, it was just 3. And in the one that I helped with, there was 9 people getting their Aleke. And there was just so much energy. There was so much going on. It was really amazing. It was an amazing learning experience for me because I was on the other side of the ceremony and all the planning and the divinations and everything that goes into it. But then also helping people on their journey in like a real way. Like that is an experience. Even if they stop practicing, they are never, ever going to forget their Aleke experience, like ever. So that was just, it was an amazing, amazing time. So I'm excited for the next one, for the new people who get Aleke. But then I'm also excited to get my Hand of Ifa. Like I'm super excited. I can't wait. I'm so cheery about that. And it hasn't even happened yet. There's not even a date. And I'm just excited. I can't wait. So yeah. Is there any other questions before I end this live today? Thank you guys for joining me. This has been great. You guys asked some good questions. I like just answering questions sometimes without a set plan of what to talk about. It opens things. Hey friend. Hey Hunty LaBelle Venus. If you guys can see the comments and you see Conjure Corner, go follow that page because Hunty LaBelle Venus is amazing. And if you really want to get into like hoodoo shit, that's where you need to be. Going over to that channel and, like, subscribe, all the things, hit the alerts, all that. She actually just posted a video today. I didn't get to watch it because I was getting prepared for this, but go to that channel. Go to Black Spectrum Network. Make sure you subscribe to that channel. Subscribe to my godmother's channel, Priestess Oshun Funke. It's OSUNFUNKE. Make sure you subscribe to her channel. Click on the link that's in this description so that you can see all the new classes. You still have time. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, love. I just love you. You still have time to purchase the elderberry syrup class for today because we haven't even started it yet. So purchase the class, and then as soon as you can, order your stuff. The supply list is in there. Once you purchase the class, you'll get the link and you'll be able to see what the supply list is. If you can't, send me a text or whatever. My contact information is in there once you buy it. Or you can send me, my name is Oma Waware everywhere. So send me a message and I will make sure that you get whatever you need to get so that you can get that taken care of. But buy the class within like the next 3 hours. I would say by 9 o'clock. As a matter of fact, I'll give you till midnight. I'll give you guys until midnight. Purchase the class before midnight, and you can get it at 23.23. But tomorrow it will be 33.33. So if you're watching this and it's not midnight yet, go on ahead and get it. If you're watching this and you see where the class is still 23.23 and it's after today, because I done forgot or something, it might happen, or it might be nice and just leave it for a little while. Buy the class before you have to spend $10 more. That way you can send that $10 as a love donation to Enchanted Vibes LLC. We love love donations. We love a wonderful love donation. If you have any suggestions for classes, put them in the comments. If you know how to get a hold of me, find me. There is a post in the Orisha Hoodoo Coven on Facebook that asks about what kind of classes you guys want. Go to the post and comment. If you're from the Melanated Witchcraft group, I think I put that post in there too. So go on ahead and tell me what kind of classes you want, so we can make sure that we're giving you guys what you want and what you need. I have to start this class in 2 minutes. So thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. Thank you for your wonderful questions. Like the channel, subscribe, hit the bell so you get alerts. Watch all the videos. There's so much free content on this channel right now, and there's about to be a whole lot more. So if you're super, super new, like I do like step-by-step processes in some of these videos. So make sure you watch all the videos so that you're up to date on things, especially being new. And thank you all so much for joining me. As always. Oh, thank you for the love donations. I love you guys. My watch started going crazy for a second. I'm like, what's happening? It's love donations. Thank you, guys. You're wonderful. So, as always, keep your head so high you don't even see the haters. Peace. Bye, y'all. Mwah. Mwah. Kisses. Love. Hearts.